crumbs, not to add any plain and simple breadcrumbs, but also breadcrumbs can work, right? If it's not added in excess, it will not alter the taste. It will still be a nice mixture. These crumbs absorb the liquid from the apples, right? So that when baked, the strudel, it doesn't really flow a lot of liquid on, from it, right? So that's why you add a bit of crumbs, and then if it's done in time, the sugar and the lemon juice, of course, will soften the apples, and then the apple slice will become a sticky mixture, which will help us to build the strudel, right? A nicer, compact when rolled. So that's why I also have it done in advance, because like I said, we did earlier some strudel, which we will give you for a bitter taste. So then I will show you the trickiest part, which perhaps you should see if you do want to try this home, which is the making of the dough, and now the stretching of the dough. And now for making a strudel, I have to tell you that we have to have something to place underneath, right, onto the table, the surface. So we had a tablecloth, but I'm not going to use that, so I put an additional tablecloth here. Why? Because I have a big strudel. Now if you do try this recipe, what we provide, it's maybe for 6 servings or less than that, I'm not sure. Of course, you don't need that big tablecloth. You could use just like a parchment paper, or let's say a kitchen towel, right, a small size. And then when the dough is stretched, and then it's coming the rolling part, I will just pull the corners and I will roll all the strudel, and you will see, and that will make it so easy, right? So, like I said, I'm using flour to stretch the dough. So then I have onto the tablecloth, dusting a lot of flour. This dough being so simple, made from all-purpose flour, not a special flour, but a regular one, whatever is available. The story says that the oldest known recipe of the apple strudel, it lasts from 1696, right, from that century. Then I don't assume that time they would have a lot of different flours and any secrets that we could not know these days. So if it worked for them that time, it should work for us today as well. Alright? I think I'm good with this. I even brought a rolling pin, but it's not so much needed, except for the beginning, if I want to speed up the process. So all-purpose flour, a little bit of vegetable oil, melted butter, pinch of salt, and of course the resting time. We did very, very well. We use a mixer down in the kitchen, of course I'm more comfortable with that. Then I get the soft piece of dough, which I put a little bit of oil on it to not get crust, dry skin. And then as I pick it up, I only flatten it once. If I start to fold it a couple of times and then start to stretch, it will not work. For this reason, I'm careful picking it, lifting it up, placing it on the table, dusting with a lot of flour, get it a bit flatter, and perhaps let's say a rounder shape with the rolling pin, just so I could possibly lift it in the hand. Because the stretching of this dough, it has to be done in the hand. The chef has to feel the dough a little bit. When I was first trying to do these strudels once, I had the German chef showing me. He told me that the strudel dough has to be so thin that I should be able to read the newspaper underneath. And I was trying hard, and again and again, and I just couldn't read the newspaper. It didn't take me a long time, but it took me some time to figure out that they only have German newspapers over here. And that's the reason I couldn't read. Alright, so